In today's video, I'm doing an unboxing. Stay tuned. What is up, you crazy demonic demons? I'm actually doing an unboxing video, and this is actually a noise gate pedal. Huge shout out to my boy James Quatrini from Orlando, Florida, for sending me his pedal to demo. And is this the dullest wine bottle opener in history? So this is actually a noise gate by a company in Germany called Lichtlaerm Audio. And this pedal is actually it's called the key and the gate. FedEx wrapped the heck out of this thing. And there you have it. Single knob noise gate. So let's go ahead, get this puppy connected. What is up, you guys? So here I am with the key and the gate, which is an absolutely incredible new take on a noise gate. So the way I'm actually using it is I'm using it through the effects loop along with directly through my signal chain. So I will be using literally the noisiest amp that I have, which is the Paul Reed Smith MT15. There's nothing new with regard to it being terribly noisy. You know, it's what you get when you're trying to cram a giant semi into a little tiny two-door sedan, you know? So it is incredibly noisy. So of course, that's the amp that I need to go ahead and run this through. And of course, I have an array of different noise gates, my decimators, my G, my Zool is on the floor there. So it's not like I don't know about noise gates. And after using this, I feel like it's different. It's different because, and you guys already know, that the main issue we run into as guitarists who, aside from trying to figure out our tone, we also need to go ahead and make sure that our sound doesn't get overly crushed by just amp noise. And if you have a tube amp, then you already know how terrible that can be. And with a lot of the noise gate pedals that are out there, and I have my Boss somewhere, my NS2 somewhere up there, I think. And, you know, one thing that we run into is when you try to dial it in and you're just like, it's going to be perfect right now. It's going to be perfect right now. You get tone suck. And now you have a new issue, which is how do I address the issue of using a noise gate so I can cut back on the noise that my amp naturally gives out. But when you get to that sweet spot, you realize that you have now degraded your tone. And you know, I don't care. You know, there are guys that are just like, bro, just use a compressor. And it's just like, yeah, but that's kind of besides the point. You're adding a little more noise to your signal in hopes that it gets over that bump. And the entire time you're just like, all right, so now my tone, you know, sounds terrible. But aside from that, for those of you guys, and listen, I'm clearly not a lead guitarist, right? But I know a lot of you guys, you'll play and you'll ring out some notes. And when you have your noise gate dialed in so high, you know, the 3-4 second note you want to hold on to is now cut down to half a second. And you're just like, dude, what just happened? Yeah, bro, that's the noise gate that you have cranked so high that nothing rings out, which is great when you're playing rhythm. But when you're playing leads, what are you going to do? Turn off your noise gate? Okay, turn it off. And now now you're back to square one with your amp's noise in the background. So this guy apparently has different filters that he has inside where they're activated based on what you are trying to achieve while you're playing. So if you play with fast staccato, you hear the stops, which is what you typically want when you're using a noise gate, right? You're just like, okay, let me test this noise gate and just play, gentish, if you will, just as a test. And you realize it does great, but then when you try to ring out a note, it doesn't do that. This guy basically understands, oh, you want this note to ring out, don't you? Ah, I get it. My man, I'm with you. So this is almost like a super smart noise gate where it knows what you want. And again, I'm running it through the effects loop, so that will naturally target your amp's noise, but then everything else runs to the front. So you have all of your boosts or your overdrive pedals in the front that get affected by it. This thing is amazing. And keep in mind that all of the modern noise gates, to some degree, their grandfather is basically the Marshall JCM 800 KK noise gate that, of course, is in the Kerry King model. That's what the Zool is based on. And then everything else is in that Zool world, right? With the exception of things like the ISP Decimator or the Boss NS2. Those are kind of, they kind of just redesigned what they were doing. This is a completely new redesign where it utilizes the modern schematic that's used to make sure that you have a good noise gate, but also there are new elements where you can now ring out your notes. You can now not worry, as crazy as it sounds, your tone, right? Again, the same issue we always run into is when you crank a noise gate, you're always, bro, I don't care what noise gate you have, you are going to have tone that's going to be degraded by your noise gate. This does not do that, okay? And I know that because whether I have it cranked at 3 o'clock, noon, on or off, it's the same tone, which is crazy. And then, of course, I'm like, let me throw the Zool on there. Let me throw the Ghoul on there. Let me throw my Decimator X in there. Let me throw my ISP Decimator 2 in there. Let me throw my Boss NS2. Yo, they all, even if it's just a tad, it's enough where it's noticeable. Nothing with this guy. It's crazy, kid. All right, let me go ahead and stop yapping away and get this thing so you guys can actually hear it. Okay, so I'm using my Paul Reed Smith MT15. The only other pedal I'm using aside from this noise gate is my Pepper's Dirty Tree. I'm running this through the effects loop and through the signal chain. Running through my Marshall 1936 212 cabinet loaded with Celestion V30s. I will be using one of my 1991 ESP M2 Customs. And that's it. Let's get this guy going. is up, you guys? So I'm back, and what you guys actually caught me doing towards the end when I kind of signaled to you guys, that's when I decided to turn the noise gate on and turn it off and turn it on and turn it off and on and off and on and off. And then I had to exaggerate because I didn't have the right mic on, so I kind of was just lifting my knee. So James, no, I wasn't beating up your pedal. I swear to God I wasn't. So what I was doing was just showing you guys that there is no tone change when it's activated and when it's, off. So again, like I said, that's one of the biggest issues that we run into as guitarists is making sure that the noise gate that we have is set to a level where we can cut back the noise without having to worry about our tone being sucked and then sounding awful, whether it's a recording or live on stage. And this pedal right here, the key and the gate, is without question the pedal that is going to change everything going forward. There are pedals out there where 3 years ago made such a huge impact that everyone had to switch and do something different to be competitive and to be an option where everyone is out there trying to find something that works for them. And again, not everyone, or literally not everyone, will want every pedal that's out there. When the Fortin 33 and the Grind came out, there were so many people that were like, this pedal's terrible. Why do people like it? And it holds true with the Fortin Zool. It holds true with the ISP Decimator, with so many different noise gates. I think you're going to absolutely love this thing for just the fact that you have a longer sustain with it, because every noise gate is going to cut back noise, right? So this isn't anything different than most noise gates. Where it does, lead the pack in is the fact that you get longer to sustain, okay? And the fact that you do not lose any tone with this. It is crazy. So I'll put a link below so you guys can go ahead and pre-order this pedal. It comes to you from Germany. The price is just the same as all the other noise gates, except the fact that this one's just better. So guys, thank you so much for watching. James Quatrini from Orlando, Florida. Thank you so much for shipping me this pedal. I felt bad because this is his noise gate that he only uses, and it's in New York. So I'm shipping it back first thing tomorrow morning so it can get to him by the end of this week. So again, James, thank you. You're the best. Guys, thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. Hopefully some of my videos will help you, or at least encourage you to try different pedals and see that there are lots of options out there, and some are just better than others. And that is the best part about what we do. Guys, subscribe if you haven't. Thank you again. And as usual, I will talk to you guys soon.